Why hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. This time we'll be back to the Red Velvet Dragon because today two new cookies came out. One of them being Royal Margarine cookie, which somehow poisons, but he is very good for the Red Velvet Dragon and he will be replacing Donut in the team. So I will be showing you how to run this exact team. So let's get right into the topping, shall we? So the team goes as follows. It's the same as the old team, but you're replacing Donut with Margarine. So that makes Milky Way, Margarine, Sharp, Prune Juice, and Eclair. You could also replace Eclair with Afro if you really wanted to, but Eclair is definitely a better option. So let's get right into the toppings. For Milky Way, I recommend to get as high cooldown as you physically can. Like the optimal best would be 24.6% at least. If you can get this, definitely do. And additionally, I recommend at least 5% attack speed because that makes the skill go off way better. Damage resist is appreciated, but not exactly a requirement. Now, for a new member, Royal Margarine. From some testing that I did with a few other people, I found the best result to be about 18 to 19% cooldown on a full cooldown set. And because the cooldown is rather low, you can focus on attack and crit subs rather easily. Damage resist is thankfully not needed on this build. There is another build going around for him, which is like full DR or free DR and 2 attack, where you do need damage resist. But for that build, you will need a higher promotion Margarine, and with my 3-star, he will just not survive that. So I am just running cooldown. This has given me the best result. Now, Sharp is the same as before. Get as much damage resist as you can, and even HP substats if you can, and avoid crits if possible. You have to avoid it, otherwise he might kill himself early by the damage reflect. He does take a little bit more damage because of Margarine, but it's not much you can do about that, unfortunately. So just try to get his damage resist up high if you can. So for Prune Juice, we'll be using full cooldown on him yet again. Try to focus as much attack substats if you can, and attack speed as well is very appreciated. For his cooldown, optimally you would want at least 23.8% cooldown. Anything above that is the optimal amount. The higher, the better, of course. And thankfully, damage resist is not needed. Now, Eclair. We have had quite a bit of difficulty with him dying over and over, so you want to increase his damage resist and his HP or even his defense as much as you can. I recommend at least 47% if possible. Also, for his cooldown, I recommend at least 3.5% because otherwise he might go a bit too late and also take more damage. So, the treasures have not changed. It's Scroll, Pincushion and Clock. Yet again, if you have the Epic Clock maxed, use that instead. If you are suddenly experiencing that your Eclair is dying before getting his 4th stack off, it might be because you started using the Epic Clock because it gives an attack boost instead. So it might be worth switching back to a normal clock. I can't use the Epic Clock anyway because it's still not level 12. Come on, Treasure Gotcha. But yeah, so that's it for how to build the team. Let's get right into the timing, shall we? Thankfully, the strategy is quite easy. At the start, you just spam everyone but Milky. Milky, you will delay until about 57 on the clock, because otherwise Sharp will take a lot more damage than he needs to. Also, yes, in this strategy, Sharp is a little bit harder to live, so you definitely need to increase his DR a bit if you see him dying. Then when Eclair is about to cast, we will be delaying both Milky and Margarine, because if you press them right after Eclair, Eclair will take a lot more damage than he needs to. Then, at 40 on clock, we will cast Sharp, and I like to press auto after this, because if I auto, it makes sure that the casts go in time, and it allows for way less human error to go through. And that's it. what I noticed is that even if your eclair dies at 3 stacks, you still get quite good damage. I expect about 330 plus. But yeah, that's all for this video. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching!